Jesus Christ, Mike's already got his dick out.
Woo, slapping around.
Whoa!
Sound effects.
How does it slap that hard when it's that small?
Oh, it's technique, that's all it is. Anyway, so
lots of practice.
Lots of practice. 2 weeks back at home. Anyway, so let's move on.
Hello.
6 more weeks. Hi there.
Fuck. We had a taste of freedom, me and Sam. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks of
2
not having
weeks
to
of
talk to me.
freedom.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking glorious.
Now we have to do this podcast for more weeks.
Yesterday when Mike showed back up at the house, he was so happy. And then I looked him dead in the eyes and went, "You ready to do the podcast?" And it all shot back. He had he started shaking, he was sweating. He just wasn't a happy boy.
No. It's foaming at the mouth.
Don't fucking blame him.
Flopping around on the floor. It broke.
But hey, 49 subscribers, one away from me hanging myself to no surprises by Radiohead.
I love how that's actually been an achievable goal now.
Yeah.
Well, there's a random
All of a sudden,
boost in
it just
subscribers.
jumped, didn't it?
No, you see how I do this. Don't tell the listeners.
Okay.
But how I do this is I keep mentioning it so people subscribe.
Yeah.
And then I just keep moving the boundary up, so it'll be 4 million subscribers. And everyone's like, yes, let's get this ginger bastard to hang himself.
Yeah.
And they just keep going.
Get to 4 million likes.
It's so easy. We're never going to have to work.
But the best part of the joke is you actually do want to hang yourself.
Yeah. So, come on.
But
smash
come on,
that.
smash
that
like.
fucking subscribe button, please.
Yep. Subscribe if you want. That's all I have to say.
Julian.
Oh, is it my turn to go
With a
first
sweet
again?
in my mouth. What have you been listening to this week, Julian?
Well, I think I'm going to mention
Last
a few
2
things.
weeks.
Yeah, I'm
Last
listening
2
for the last 2 weeks. Or maybe
What
even the
have you
last
been
3.
Listening to for the last 2 weeks, Julian.
That's correct.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's improved.
You Kung Fu Kenny!
Oh,
Oh,
fucking hell,
damn. That was really
there
loud.
are people in our house trying to do work, Julian.
Yeah, that was like piercing.
What, like
Calm
Ollie
down.
just sitting down
And
in the
also we
kitchen
have
on his phone?
neighbours. You see these walls? These walls are very thin.
I have
These
neighbours
walls
too.
can talk.
Yeah, but you don't shout in your own house. You come around my room and fucking screech like you're
I
a fucking bonobo
I
monkey.
do shout like that in my own house.
Really? What about?
I
Just
pray.
Bjork. You just go, I'm Bjork! Like that and just
I pray.
Occasionally.
make a mess.
I pray for your housemate.
Yeah. You just screech lyrics then?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
You should do it too.
I mean, you
Great.
did it while shooting down a mountain.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez.
Were you actually singing? When,
Yeah.
He was
no.
screaming death grips.
Yeah, that too.
But only when
I
no
mentioned
one
this already.
I don't
Only when no
remember.
one
I don't
else was
remember.
around.
Just call the fucking avalanche.
Very good.
Probably good with death grips, to be honest.
The last sound I ever hear before I die is just go, "Yoo!" And then that was it.
Collapsed. Crunched to pieces.
Where was I? Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
He released a
Damn.
new album.
Yeah, he did. He did, didn't he?
Oh,
Was it any good, Sam?
Oh!
solid 9 out of 10.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe an 8. Oh, but still
Pure
very
pure
good.
excitement of
I was-
being around for the release.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Unparalleled.
I was in France
Yeah.
and I saw on Snapchat via 3G that he'd released a new album and I was like, oh, I want to listen to it now. But 3G in other countries is expensive, so I couldn't download the whole album. But we got to Calais
Bloody French.
and there was some free port Wi-Fi and I was like, yes. And it was so weak, but I was just like sitting there downloading it on my Spotify and I was just like staring at it as each one. I was like, come on,
Come on.
don't give up on me now. and then I listened to it all and was very pleased.
Yeah.
Yes.
Different sound, but
It was a different sound.
it always is.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
I agree. I mean, we've all been listening to it
Yeah.
a fucking ton over these 2
Especially
weeks.
Mike. I feel like Mike has been going hardcore on it.
Yeah, it's part of the hype train thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and you just listen to it over and over again. So I've got a lot to say on it. I don't know if we'll get to cover it later on or not, but
we might
we'll
do.
see. But if not, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good hype to follow up.
It
on.
was.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
one of the big
it was
things.
very hard for him to follow up on Pimp Butterfly.
Yeah.
I mean, he was never going to do better
feels-
than that, really.
yeah.
I thought he might be able to match
I was
it.
like,
but
if you do, I mean, Jesus
I mean,
Christ,
he'd be the
what am I-
greatest.
what am
Let's
I
be
gonna
honest,
listen
it's
to?
fucking insane that he's dropped this so soon.
Yeah.
Like, and like the rate that he's working at and the quality he's producing, it like
And he says
blows
there's
my
more
mind.
stuff on the way.
Yeah.
And if he does drop the double album release just separated, not
Just
by
later.
3 days,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
like a year or two,
Yeah.
and it works together and meshes together to be something that actually is bloody fantastic, then
Yeah. That would be insane.
But, you know,
But even so,
if not, it's
I mean-
still a great album.
it is. I mean, the reason we're saying about the double album thing and everyone was speculating is because it does feel a tiny bit like
Jumpy.
jumpy, yeah, like a tiny bit, not a whole piece. I don't know how to explain it.
not quite as cohesive.
Cohesive,
It,
that's the word I'm
it
looking
jumps it jumps production styles quite a lot because you have like poppier songs like Loyalty, which
Yeah, yeah.
Rihanna features on, and
But
what's the other one I'm thinking of? Love as well.
Love, yeah.
Where he's kind of like almost singing
Yeah.
yeah,
the lyrics rather
There
than
are-
rapping,
there
which
are-
I'd rather he was rapping them.
there
to be
are a
honest.
couple of
Yeah.
times where he tries to go a bit Frank Ocean. And,
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, can't really contest with Frankie Babes.
Frankie Babes.
Thank you, babes.
So, you know.
But, like, just got the sounds on the album are so fucking good. And
I-
the fucking.
To be honest, I think the
Kendrick
fact
is
that
good.
it's not cohesive is the point.
Oh, yeah, that's what I always think. Because yeah, we could
It's-
talk about this all day. but-
Okay.
but
Let's
I
talk about
Let's
it.
talk
definitely-
about
I
it another
definitely
time.
agree. Yeah.
We have a lot to say.
We have a lot. We have a lot.
Another thing you should probably get on soon that I listened to, Sam, was a few tracks from King Gizzard's latest
And the Wizard
or
Wizard.
next release,
Eddie Izzard.
Murder of the Universe. Is the name of the album.
Oh mate, yeah.
And
Nerd of the universe.
and
Is it good?
well,
Is it better than Rattlesnake?
oh, it's a lot better than Rattlesnake.
Oh.
Mate. There are lyrics about the one thing I'll say about it, which I kind of want to spoil, is that
Don't you fucking dare.
Cuck.
okay, fine, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Good.
That's it.
Cool,
Just
moving
know
on.
they're a lot better than Rattlesnake,
Oh,
and
just-
it's a more Nologon Infinity-ish kind of
Ooh.
sound, which I
Interesting.
prefer.
Cool.
Need more of a paper mache dream balloon kind of sound. Get that flute back in it.
Get
That
the
was
flute.
hype. It's hype. Flute better than lead guitar confirmed.
Lead flute.
Good flute.
Fucking hot.
Alright.
So
Work for
sad.
proper
anything
ones.
Oh, yeah. anything
Yeah,
else?
very quickly. This band called Moom.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Your mum.
Your mum. Well, how then?
Your mum.
How
Anyway, carry on.
Unwanted. Yeah. They released an album in 2002 called
your mum.
Called Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. Mum. Sorry, that's stupid.
No, it was their original album was Fuck, and now they've got Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's
Fuck
Your
you.
mum.
It's a whole 2-album concept.
I like it.
That's
Putting a
it.
Kendrick on us. Not to build the hype back up again for no reason.
No, not at all.
But yeah, what is it?
Yeah, it's called Finally We Are No One. It's like a really kind of glitchy, subtle, I guess, kind of dream pop. It's, I guess it, at some points it suffers from the fact that their vocalist, who is very, very good and has got a very, very pretty voice, isn't on a lot of the tracks, and the instrumentals kind of get a bit boring after a while
Okay.
without the vocals, but when there are vocals there with the instrumentals, it's very beautiful. So, I suggest you get on them.
Get on your mum.
Get on your mum.
Julian's advice. Anyway,
Julian's tip of the day.
tip of the day. Yep, that's what he's learned over the last couple of weeks. We should have a little segment.
Yeah, Julian's tip of the day.
Ba-dum-bum-bam. So, Sam, what have you been, what have you been listening to?
Because I've been traveling a lot, or not, I've been.
You went to France
I've been in cars quite a lot, been on trains quite a lot, so
and automobiles
that is what.
and planes.
Fuck off. That's when the music comes out in full force, especially on your way back when you can't be bothered to talk to the overly sort of when everyone else is excited and you're just like, I need to sleep,
Yeah.
But
Kill me.
yeah, overly enthusiastic is the word I was thinking of. But yeah, just music non-stop, just listening to some new stuff, listening to some old stuff, So, went back to King Gizzard, obviously, because I'm obsessed with them. Bit of a Mountain Goat, obviously, because I'm obsessed with them.
Same thing, yeah.
But also, listening to some Pink Floyd that I haven't listened to before.
Ooh.
Listening to some Pink Floyd I have listened to before.
Gotta do it.
Which was the one you hadn't listened to?
I haven't listened to Wish You Were Here until 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Boy!
Oh, you actually got round to it.
Can't say I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, boy, is it good.
That's such
Gotta
a good
love.
Shine Your Crazy Diamond is one of the best
I
songs.
love that whole.
So you can't
thing.
even talk
Details.
about Shine Your Crazy Diamond as a song because it's split in half, but they're
I
each
don't-
end of the album. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the whole album is just
That's what I'm saying. The whole album is
oh,
one
just
piece of
spectacular.
This
consistent,
entire album
amazing.
is just guitars.
So guitar.
Guitars, so good.
It's fair play. Fair play.
We just 5 minutes ago heard a well, not 5 minutes ago because we're probably 20 minutes
yeah.
into this episode
Before we start recording.
5 minutes before recording, Gorillaz dropped a new track,
Yep.
which is a bonus for their
Yep.
new
Seems like Damon Albarn's keeping up with his
Damon Albarn.
his statement that he's just going to release tracks as soon as
He's
they're
got
done.
so fucking many of these.
Yeah.
How many say up? 50?
Yeah.
He's got quite
He's a busy
few.
fucking man. He's got a lot to do.
He's a busy boy.
Yeah.
Makes some good music.
He's got an album release coming up soon.
It's gonna be
Better
good.
get
In
on
fact,
it.
when this episode's out, it'll already be out.
Woo. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've
That's
got the public service broadcasting
I know.
coming out
Oh yeah, we do.
soon.
Oh, yeah.
About
With a bit of an esoteric concept.
about coal mining in Wales. Gonna be fucking lit, mate.
Mike's
Thank you.
dabbing
Thank
already.
you for that
Christ.
dab.
That was worth it.
Enjoyed. Right, Mike. What are you listening to?
The only
Boy?
thing I can add to what we've thrown into the mixing bowl of stuff we've listened to so far is pure comedy. Because as well as listening to
John
Damn,
Misty.
as well as listening to Kendrick Lamar's Damn on fucking non-stop 5 times a day, I've been doing the exact same thing with
Pure-
Father John Misty's Pure Comedy. It's so good.
It is great.
The-
I got a,
it's so subtle, the genius of it.
got a Camembert sticker on my sock. What? It's like the
What are you doing, Sam?
I don't fucking understand. I had Camembert on a bagel at lunch.
It's a message. You got cheesy feet, mate. That's what it is.
Stuck to my feet. that spooked me. Hey,
You've been rocked. There's a fucking message from the mafia.
this episode is sponsored by President Camembert, apparently.
They snuck their
know.
sponsorship in.
Yeah.
Fucking smuggled it into our episode.
Cheeky bastards.
Get yourself some
Other
President
Camemberts.
Camembert.
You French.
No,
Available.
No.
but they're all
No
worse. They don't get
none
stickers
of,
stuck in
yeah,
your
none
stuff.
of those get stuck to me.
Yeah,
These ones do.
these are the sticky
These
Camembert.
are sticky.
Yeah,
I'm
So,
gonna have
anyway.
that. I'm gonna stick that on my forehead for the rest of the episode if it stays.
but yeah,
It's fucking nasty.
you look disgusting. You're
I mean,
literally
you know,
a walking
I al-
Camembert
I always-
advertisement.
I always
What are
make
you right
disgust-
now?
I don't fucking know. There we go.
Well,
Hope that doesn't fall off.
I'm gonna get a picture
I
of
mean,
this
no one
It's
else-
going in the episode. Get a couple photo shoot. Beautiful.
Lovely.
I'll go up.
10 out of 10.
Anyway, so yeah, Father John Misty, check it out. That's an album I've been listening
It
to on
is
fucking
great.
stop because it's so
It is
addictive,
great.
so grandiose, it's perfect. Anyway,
Perfect.
well,
It's
it's really good.
yeah,
It's very good.
it is fantastic.
Did it at least drag you in?
Indeed, obviously, quite obviously.
Drag me.
Listening to it many times a day
Yeah,
for
the
2 weeks,
first
it did
track
drag me in.
is instantly. It was just
See, that's what hit me. I heard that when it came out as a single, and the music
did
video.
that come out as a single?
Yeah, he released that one as a single first on basically a couple of days after Trump's inauguration, and it had footage of Trump's inauguration in it and Pepe the Frog and all sorts of memes in it, and it was just so fucking perfect. I just love that
That
shit.
makes sense.
Lapped it up.
Yeah.
So the rest of the album is just as good. Fucking love it all. Anyway, speaking of things that are fucking good, let's talk about some fucking Radiohead.
Again!
Oh!
Our
Okay.
favourite!
So the
Jesus
story.
Christ, Mike's already got his dick out. Fuck's sake.
Woo, slapping around.
Whoa!
Sound effects.
How does it slap that
Fucking hell.
hard when it's that small?
Oh, it's technique. That's all it is. Anyway, so
Lots of practice.
lots of practice. 2 weeks back at home. Anyway, so let's move on. The Camembert kid's falling over on my head.
Camembert Kiddo.
Camembert kid in the Music Challenge podcast.
This is so middle class, it's ridiculous.
Anyway.
Camembert. The Camembert sticker.
It's the Camembert kid. It's like some old western, I don't know, fucking shooter film. Anyway, let's move on. So,
Radiohead.
let's continue the story of Radiohead.
So where did we leave off last time?
Last time we left off, we did the Kiddo Amnesiac sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So we covered the electronic bits when they went off the wall, man.
They
Crazy
did.
electronic
And they went through the
soundscape.
doors.
They did. They fucking burst the doors down.
There's ships.
Yep, those big doors and the rudders of big ships. And basically, Radiohead showed that they just want to do what they want to do.
Damn hell they
Yeah,
want.
they're not restricted to just guitar rock. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and with electronics and all sorts of crazy shit and jazzy stuff and all sorts. And they fucking did it with those 2 albums. They did it fucking good. So this time, okay. So Hell to the
Yes,
Thief.
Tomo.
This is the next one.
Good line.
Good Tomo.
Yes, good. Tomo did a good. Yeah.
Happy Tomo.
So a few years later, after 2000, 2001, where those 2 albums were, in 2004 they released Hell to the Thief. Now it's 2004. They released it, or 2003 is it? Oh, maybe mine's okay. I know what's happened. Yeah, but yeah, it's a few years later anyway.
Yeah.
God damn it, Mike. Get your facts straight.
Whatever.
Jesus.
Well, my music's
Jesus.
wrong. So
The podcast's over.
Sticker's fallen off.
We've ruined it.
Camembert Kid, no.
Sticker will never fall off. This,
Anyway.
The eternal sticker.
this thing is stuck on tight, mate.
I shouldn't do dates ever again because whenever I fucking get stuff off the internet, my dates and stuff is all wrong all the time. Anyway,
This little kid.
overweight.
Notes.
Either way. Well, no.
So prepared.
These are just like little notes in the context because the context of the album's a little bit important.
Yeah.
Because this album is very well. For one, like it's a return to guitar-based sounds more so than Amnesiac Kiddo were, which is electronic.
There's still some electronics in it.
This is the thing. So this is the album that's like the reincorporation, you could call. So
Nice melding together.
yeah, it's the melding, isn't it? And it's like the modern. This is their sound. This is the melding. Do a crazy dance and have green flashing lights. That's what Tom does. So yeah, so this album is a bit more. I know the way they recorded it was a bit more on the road-ish. They sort of wanted to record it more in one session and have it be a bit more
that's what I
natural.
heard, yeah.
And the reason was because they basically wanted to reflect a lot of what was going on at the time. Because at the time it was in the shadow of George Bush's election,
That's where the
which a
title
lot of
came
people
from.
called crooked. And that's where the title Hell to the Thief comes from. Sort of in reference to, like Hell to the Chief, but in this case, not through legitimate means necessarily. But, this is Tom getting political, basically.
Very.
As Tom likes to do now.
Mm-hmm.
So
The economy.
this is
Stupid.
This is him, pushing the political boat out big time. So, yeah. And, yeah, this is in the shadow of, like, a lot of the fears of, like, early, like, 2000s-ish, sort of that era of, like, in the wake of 9/11, for example, and, like, Bush going to war in Iraq and stuff.
Yeah.
All of these crazy fears and, like, people just feeling super powerless.
Feeling like the world is coming to an end.
Yeah, and it's, like, all these giant, like, uncontrollable government bodies and, like, terrorist, like, units and stuff. Just, you can't do anything. It's just about living in fear, basically. And this is what this album's about, and it's, like, a reflection of that. And this is why they had to return to guitar rock, I'd say, because
It comes across as more angry.
that's the thing. It's so like aggressive, and like particularly on a lot of the tracks, to be honest, all have a sort of aggressive tone to them. And if they've not, they've got sort of more of a swaggering piano sort of snidiness to them.
Yeah.
Is like those are the two couple of sorts of tracks.
I'd say like all of the songs have a kind of. They're all imposing, and they all have a kind of doomsayery vibe to them.
Yeah, they do.
I think the one thing I don't like about the album is the simplicity of the lyrics, but it works well into the doomsayery kind of vibe.
So
where he's basically just saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Which is
a lot of it's a call to action. So this is a problem we've had. I mean, this album has never been more relevant to re-listen to than it is in the
wake of
recent years. The
wake
of the Donald, wake of many important crazy decisions last year.
And
so so this album is good to come back to now because similar sort of feelings are coming back up. A lot of people feeling powerless, and this album does have simplistic lyrics, but a lot of it is this sort of empowering sort of, I don't know, statements basically, rather than anything that's more subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be simple in its lyrics, but I'd say it's good. It's good.
The instrumentals more than make up for it.
And
for the
to
most
be
part.
honest, Tomo's singing is like, I think he gives some of his best vocal performances on this. He's
see
on
that.
point.
Yeah, he is on point.
He's got a mix of the old of just him singing, and then the new of his like where he's embracing the kind of female, sort of weaker.
There's a fragility to it.
Of the using a. I forgot, what was it called when you sing really high?
Falsetto.
That's the one. One that good old Matt Bellamy used to.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Good old Matt Bellamy.
Which is one of the many things that makes this album sound a little bit musy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we were discussing this before we started, and we were saying this album does sound a bit musy, but that's again for the rock electronic sort of
and
mishmash.
Yeah, it's a mix of that.
This is the incorporation of both
and
those
the
things.
sort of.
And also the themes of it, to be honest.
Yes.
Like the
it's
political,
quite a dark and
brooding
album, which is what Muse like to do.
Which they do,
A lot.
A lot. They do it all over.
They do it all the time, all the flipping time. Yeah. But this is Radiohead's turn at doing it.
Wow, Muse, wow. Let's carry on.
So
save that for the last episode, boys.
This album covers a lot of ground because it's got a lot of it's got a lot of tracks in it.
Yeah.
And it's quite densely packed with lots of stuff. And this is the criticism.
The one
that
criticism
people
was
have
levelled
of
at it the most.
Because when you listen to it, when you usually listen to a Radiohead album, they're usually very, very consistent. Even though the tracks can be all over the place, they usually really push you on this sort of, emotional path.
Yeah.
And, the whole album is really complete. This one feels a little less so, because it's got a little too much, like, excess, basically. It feels like one of the things that could have happened to improve this would be to trim some of the fat off in some of the songs. So it's hard to say exactly where, but you find yourself listening to this album a little lulled into sort of
at points.
There are bits where it loses steam.
Yeah.
Like,
that's exactly
come on, Tom, you could have stripped this off.
Yeah. But I can understand how that came about, especially with their whole attitude of coming up with these songs a bit more on the road.
And recording them all quickly.
Well, they did, didn't they? This was their quickest recording session, I think.
Right.
Because they went to America, which they thought was a bad idea, because they didn't want to be influenced by a lot of the shit going on there. And then you look at the album artwork. Yeah.
And you read that Stanley Donwood,
yeah,
long-time Radiohead collaborator and overall good.
He always does the album art.
He basically took a look at road signs and kind of advertising billboards alongside a bunch of roads in America where they were recording, and noted down some words that appeared on them, and then put them into this big old collage on the cover.
It's quite literally just a steaming pile of
it reeks of like...
That's what the album cover
is.
is.
They Live.
Yes,
With the, eat.
The messages.
Yes.
Yeah, put on the glasses and you see it all, man.
Yeah, there's like...
I fucking love that film.
Yeah, there's a,
I came to kick ass and have a flan in the face. And I'm all out of flans.
There's like, at the airports now they have like a restaurant just called Eat.
Yeah, they do.
Really? It's like that.
It reminded me so much of like, I just saw it and I was like, what the hell?
Have I got the glasses on?
Yeah. Glasses off. But,
that film's fucking cool. That's the sort of thing that Tom would enjoy.
Yeah, I feel like
he likes a good bit of sci-fi. But yeah, no, this album does remind you a bit of that, and like it's very, as well as all these themes about fear and stuff. It's very like anti, consumerist.
I was about to say exactly that. Yeah. That's what the cover immediately says to me. Like TV, oil, and 25 cents from like a dollar sign.
All of these things. Like one of the ones that's really prominent is just fear. The word fear, and it's like oil, TV, video, all sorts of stuff, security, and they're just putting it in a big pot. They're gonna fucking burn it down.
Lube donut.
Yeah,
I like the way that it's sort of. It's got this massive message to say, but it doesn't beat you over the head with it.
It leaves it up to you.
Lyrics at least.
Well, I say
it's like
the thing it does. Just to interrupt you, but because it's a good point, I don't thought about it. It's because a lot of the time the songs don't like directly, like super directly addressed stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tom's way of being political. He always throws in a snide remark here and there.
Yeah. I don't.
But
he does. He likes
a lot of what he sings about is the emotions of it.
Yeah.
And sort of the feeling of being powerless. Like, especially on, like, the last track,
Wolf
at the Door.
Yeah.
Very, very wordy.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy the lyrics in that song.
Yeah, so do I. They're really fun.
Yeah.
Flan
And
in
it's
the
like,
face.
that's the flan in the face, flan in the face, flan in the face. Dance you fucker, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you flan in the face. Etc.
It's a good meme.
Yeah.
But it's
I kind of take the final song as him just like going insane from.
Yeah,
all
but he
this-
sounds
That's
genuinely
what
from
it
all
is.
this like
Paranoid and troubled.
paranoia and fear, and
Well, it's
he just can't take it anymore, and he's just going like,
Yeah.
"Fly in the face, fly in the face."
well, it's an admission that like all of this shit that's happening is just too far. Like he can't control it,
Yeah.
and it's the whole like. I mean, a lot of it comes down to fear for his children as well. I know that comes in a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like on Sail to the Moon, I think he talks about you could be the president and stuff, and he's talking about I think his daughter or son. And he mentions that a few times. I think he does it on Go to Sleep as well. Talks about children and stuff. So a lot of it's fear to do with, you know, the next generation. And
What their
particularly,
lives are going to be like.
yeah, particularly thinking about, you know, he's in this really uncertain time. What's it going to be like for his kids? And that's a lot of the paranoia that you just can't control. Yeah.
I guess We Suck Young Blood, that song title sounds like it's directly referencing basically this generation living in such a fucked up manner that it's basically sucking all the life
Everything they
essence
do.
out of the next generation.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
And
We Suck Young Blood's actually the one song where I think his falsetto is really, really apt. And
Yeah.
It's a very like
See-
weak and somber track.
yeah.
His voice works so well. I read like that when he first started off, like in, like OK Computer days, he was worried about using that kind of voice because he thought, you know, it's too feminine and
Yeah.
weird, and he didn't want to do it. But now he uses it all the
Oh, he
time.
completely
That's
embraces
him.
it
It
now.
works,
Tom's,
like,
yeah.
so well.
Tom's really embraced his feminine side. He has, but like it works. It's so good.
Bjork will like that.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah,
No,
no,
but
I
he's
agree.
taken now, isn't he?
Get her out.
Bjork's right
What are you
there.
playing
at, Tom?
She's single.
That was a throwback. That is.
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
last time we said that was the last Radiohead episode.
Yeah, I think it was.
Probably
God, yeah,
during,
every
probably
Radiohead
during the
episode.
Kid A bit.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So either way, a lot of the things I like as well, just the like aggressive sounds. Like I love the start of this album, 2+2.
2 is just 5.
When they have the guitar pickup
That
at the
is
start,
such
and
a
then
good
it just
opener.
starts building and like rocking fucking hard.
One of my favourite openers to a
Yeah.
Radiohead album. I
I
can
can
say
understand
Everything's
that.
Right Place and Airbag and 15 Step. Yeah, you're all up there.
Yeah. This is up there.
They
up
know
there
how
with
to
them.
open it.
They do.
Yeah.
And like the bit in the second
I think
half where
everything is right place. My
all the
favourite.
guitars come
Where he
in
just
goes
at
around,
once
yeah.
and he starts like shouting.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word,
Yeah.
it's
so good.
fantastic.
I love
yeah.
the first. I love the first two tracks of them. They
They're
just
so-
build up so much.
Any particular reason you love Sit Down, Stand Up?
No, I just genuinely love Sit Down, Stand Up for the pace it builds and
Yeah.
like the way it builds up is insane.
Honestly, the first two songs they both have a very good like structure and tension building and
They do.
climax at the end.
There are quite a few songs like that on the album, and they work like really well with this whole sort of apocalyptic, fear-mongering sort of thing. Well, not fear-mongering, but like the fact that he's very fearful and feels like the world's gonna end. Like this whole like build-up and then just explosion of like
Yeah.
craziness.
I mean, some of these songs are like some of Radiohead's most well structured. Like alongside the ones on OK Computer, they're some of the most well structured songs because a lot of what they do now is less structured. It tends to be more natural feeling and sort of flow a bit more.
Yeah,
I don't
less
know,
defined
It's
sections.
less defined, yeah. And obviously because this is the whole rock thing, these are like some of the last few ones that really just stood out like as really well structured.
Yeah, real structured rock songs.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, like we were saying earlier, how you know the album's almost an hour long. It's a little bit bloated, and there's some filler that could be cut out.
Yeah, definitely.
One song which was not included in Tom himself's alternate track listing for the album.
Yeah, he
which
put
is
a track list onto, I think, Twitter or something, because he was saying, a lot of people say about it being bloated and stuff.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, if I had more time, I might have done this.
but Backdrifts.
Yeah.
I can immediately
sense.
pick out as one of those because it is one of the longest. It's just the second longest song on the album.
Yeah.
It retains a lot more of the electronic experimentation that Kiddo had, and there's really not
Yes.
much guitar in it at all.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love how Boards of Canada
Yeah.
the percussion sounds, and like the real complaint I have with it, and why I think if it was like 3 minutes long, then I wouldn't be so opposed to it, even though I still love the song, is that it drags on a little bit, because there's like a whirring synth that's quite high up in the mix that at times like overpowers his vocals a little bit.
Yeah, it's in competition with his voice.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
And once you get like past the 3 minute mark, it is pretty much just the beat and that synth going off until it fades out, whatever.
It's true. Yeah.
So I absolutely love the instrumentation on the song. That could be structured a bit better.
This is the sort of thing that seems like, cutting the fat. This is the sort of thing that I think if they'd had more time, or like if they'd been in a mindset to be less excessive, then this is the sort of thing they would have done. But I mean, if there's going to be any album that's excessive, it's appropriate that it's this one with the themes going on, of consumerism and the like.
And while we're on structure, I want to say They're There. Yes. Possibly the best song on the album.
Yes.
Also incredibly well structured.
Yes, that's
when the guitars pick up towards the end again, I
love it. And when they play it live, they bring out the big drums. It's so fun.
That was immediately one of the ones where I was like, I like this.
Fuck with this.
I'll listen to this.
Yeah.
I think
it's so good.
Yeah, it was like early like ones that shone out or like stood out to me were like first two.
Yep.
Go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then They're There. And Mixed Mitosis.
Mixed Mitosis.
Can I just shout out?
And A Wolf at the Door, because it uses flan. Who
Flan in the face. Flan in the
song?
face. Don't you fucking don't you
Love
fucking don't you
flan.
know. Can I just shout out the transition
They're
between
huge.
Punch Up at a Wedding and Mixed Mitosis? The way that I just fucking love the start of Mixed Mitosis, the way it comes in with the electronics, and the way that Punch Up at a Wedding peters off. Sounds like what?
I said, you were saying how you loved it, and I went, it's because it sounds like Muse. Your favourite band.
I think you find it's the other way around, Sam.
It sounds like Drones, mate.
Yeah.
He copied it off Drones.
That's fair. I think he did.
He heard Matt Bellamy's.
Yeah, but either way, I just love the overpowering electronic buzz of it, and the way it just comes at you. And
now that you met after hearing that song, it is a great song, and I completely agree with that. But when you mentioned that it was on an old FIFA game, when I first listened to it, I immediately thought to myself, this is exactly the stereotypical FIFA song.
It's odd because it's Radiohead.
It is. I know.
I kind of agree.
See, everyone steals from Radiohead.
Yeah, they do. Even FIFA, they just use it. But yeah, I love the drumming on that track. The way that it
Phil's drum is quite
really with a lot of pace and speed, and it peters out at the end.
It kind of slows
it
down
can't
with
hold its own weight.
It slows down with Tom's vocals when it's just him
and
going through the lyrics slowly. Yeah.
And also, I want to go back to We Suck Young Blood just really quickly, because I know a lot of Radiohead fans think this is maybe one of their worst. So it's very interesting that you brought this up. Yeah, I think it's just the pacing problem.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of Backdrifts, We Suck Young Blood, I Will.
I have to say, I Will and Scatterbrain were the two that
they all
felt
suffer.
could have been completely cut.
They all suffer from the pacing.
I Will's just too short.
Yeah. I mean, I Will's the one that they had hanging around for ages. This is the one that they tried to record for Amnesiac and they couldn't, and they remixed it and played it in reverse, and that's what became. What did it become? Fuck, I can't remember the name. Became Spinning Plates.
Oh right.
So they had that one hanging around for a long time, and I know that's the first track they had for Hell's the Thief. So they sort of wanted to put it on.
Yeah.
But I do feel like they could have cut it a little bit. I feel like, I mean, the B-sides, can I just shout out the B-sides to Hell's the Thief are fucking excellent as well. They're really good. I just think that, I don't know, I just wish that the main album had been, condensed and, stood on its own a bit more. If there'd have been more time for Tom to get used to his ideas and get everything standing out to him as absolutely to use a pun in its right place, then this album would have been honestly just
up there with the rest.
Yeah, up there with the rest.
We'd have 4
God
top tier albums.
Yeah. But even so, there's so much to love on this album, even with this problem that we're talking about. It's just so varied and I mean, if you like the Radiohead rock stuff, you're gonna like this.
Yeah.
And if you like the electronic stuff, you're gonna
then
like
you'll
this.
like parts of this.
Yeah, parts of this. Agreed.
The Gloaming you'll probably like.
I really like the Gloaming.
Backdrifts you might like.
Yeah, Backdrifts I love.
The Gloaming.
The Gloaming. Yep. It's just good. Yeah, I
They love
I think
performing the
that's
gloaming live. I've heard.
Yeah, they do. That's I think their most played. I think
Which is really weird.
Yeah. Well, Tom's really proud of the gloaming.
Yeah, he is.
Because he nearly called this album the gloaming.
All right.
And yeah, that was one of the like alternate titles and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it would have like.
It's one of the centerpieces, sort of, in his mind.
So if it would have been called the gloaming, do you think the gloaming would have been the first track? Because in
I
it he
don't know.
says this is the gloaming.
Yeah, he does.
So that would have.
I feel like he wouldn't have
It's
put
like
that
it's like the.
He puts it in his-
Radiohead version of "Oh, chew Jake 3 motherfucker."
I tell you what, he does put it early on in his own mix. Oh shit, I've not got it on this one. Yeah, he puts it I think second or third on his own.
Tomo's a proud
Thomas.
boy.
He kicked. Did he? There was Wolf at the Door, the first one, on that playlist. if I
No,
remember
Wolf at the
correctly,
Door's
wasn't
still at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolf at the Door. It's a definite album finisher for this. That just makes sense. But it's odd not having 2 + 2 because 5 is a star.
it? It's just
That's what I
such a good opener.
Yeah, it is. It's my second
It's
favourite behind
fantastic.
everything in its right place. But like, yeah, this album's just great.
This is better than 15 Steps as an opener.
Close. Close. That might be my second one, to be honest. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Yeah. I think we should talk about that now, actually.
Yeah, I think we spent enough time on Hails to the
Because
Thief.
I'm quite happy with
Yeah.
my thoughts. So.
It's good, but it's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah,
But there's some good memes to be found.
there's some real good memes.
You know, that's
And the raindrops, and the raindrops, and the Power
such a good-
Rangers, penetration. All those things you can hear.
Well, I will now that
The
you've said
raindrops
them.
times.
I'm never going to hear the raindrops
it's
the
not as good as
same.
on Cosmic Grammar where he just says "cummy" for like
Gummy,
2
gummy.
minutes. Cummy.
That's just the bromance of Flying Lotus and Tomo.
But shall we talk
That's
about?
them.
Shall we talk about possibly my favourite Radiohead album? If
Talk about the best Radiohead album.
It's easy to be your favourite.
it's close.
Yeah.
It's so close. I don't.
It's just a
I
heartwarming
know,
fucking classic. How can people
It's
not
so
love this
good.
album?
I wish I would have been a fan of Radiohead.
Yeah.
For the time up until now, and to like be there when this dropped.
Yeah,
Because this
yeah.
must have been like, holy fuck.
Well, the way they dropped it
Almost
was
Exactly.
like
The way
big
it dropped
point
was
of-
revolutionary.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, what was
Wait.
So
special
about
about that?
is that okay?
In rainbows.
In rainbows.
In rainbows,
So,
everyone.
They dropped
See
it
the
for
clip.
free, didn't they?
well, they
Pay
told
what
you
you want.
pay what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes. I was
So-
thinking of R2J3.
I saw a retrospective review. I think it was partly with this album, partly also like discussing the pay what you want thing, and they
Yeah.
were basically using
There's
this
been a lot of
example.
discussion on it.
This album as an example of basically saying, go back and pay your 10 quid like you should, because if you paid 50p
Yeah.
for this album when it came out, you should feel ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, true. Well, you should pay fucking loads. I mean, this album just deserves it. But I think a lot of the sales success came down to the sort of novelty of it.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
all the
don't,
time.
you can't. I don't think it's a sustainable model for a lot of albums.
Definitely not. If
But-
you're just like a Bandcamp artist and you're just starting out, fair enough.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I've seen on Bandcamp is, but if you're already like one of the biggest, pretty much the biggest band in the
Yeah,
world,
and
then
renowned for doing
Crazy-
exactly what you want,
crazy
stuff.
experimental stuff.
Yeah.
It just worked. I mean, Radiohead did Radiohead.
And
Anyway,
Oh,
let's talk about the
this
actual fucking
album.
this
album.
album.
So this album fucking
it's so
it touches my heart.
It
is
touches
insane.
my willy.
It does. It's so consistent.
It's just
It's
doesn't
like-
stop. It goes for
It
how long
does.
is it? Like 46,
43 minutes.
43
minutes.
No fat whatsoever.
No.
Whoosh.
So
Done.
this is in contrary to
Hails
Hails to the Thief. This is a super consistent album. It's one thing after another. They will like stand on their
It's
own.
a
They
gr-
pull at your heartstrings.
It's a greyhound.
Every
of
single one.
It's a greyhound of an album.
Yeah.
Perfectly thin and just lean and
Can
clean.
run.
Young, lean and clean.
Young, lean, and very clean.
Oh yeah, update. Me and Mike are gonna go see Young Lean live.
Yes,
We're gonna
thank
get
you, Nick.
stabbed.
Thank you, Nick.
Where is
Second
it?
time round.
Where is it? Is
In
it
London.
in London?
Somewhere in London.
You'll be fine.
It's at the Tent Run, right? Or is it not? Is it
No,
It's
that-
not good.
No. Young Lean
It's
did
some-
actually
Or
perform
like
at
South
St.
Bank
Yeah, he
Centre or
was.
something, isn't it?
He did actually
It might
perform
be
at St.
South
Martin's.
Bank.
Did he really?
But not like not as Young Lean, as him because Young Lean is a character.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like it was something. It was, I think he performed as Lean Doer rather than Young Lean, which is
Lean Doer.
That's his actual name.
Yeah, it's his name. Good
So,
lad.
yeah.
Can't wait to see him.
Can't wait.
Now that I've been to the Tate Modern, I cannot picture him like anywhere near it.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he doesn't deserve to be near it. But it's fucking hilarious.
He does. He's probably better
Oh,
than
lovely.
everything in Tame Modern.
To be honest, yeah.
It's better than most things.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was gonna,
Fucking Sainsbury receipt.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you went, didn't you?
Did they buy?
Yeah.
Did they buy Sainsbury's white
Strawberries.
chocolate chip cookies?
I don't know.
Look at the receipt. If you're
Dude.
there,
Yeah, if you
Read
see
the
a
things on
receipt,
the
and
receipt.
you're like, that's a shit piece of art,
Just-
but at least I'm
I
going
just-
to
at
read
least
it.
find out what they've bought.
I'm
There
not
could be
I'm not
something
going to
better.
memorise like 40 items.
Mate,
am I?
Do you not?
That's-
It's a test, it's an exam.
You didn't
You fucking
art
failed.
correctly. You didn't properly art.
You know, the thing is, right, at the Tate Modern, they don't tell you how to art. They ask you
Crap.
open-ended questions and leave you to interpret it for
Well,
yourself,
you've gotta
which
art.
I liked.
You didn't stand there
You should've
for
been-
I
the
didn't
exact
stand there
correct
for
amount of time
20
thinking in
minutes.
silence
No,
about
you should have been a
something.
good lad and taken a picture of it like
We all did.
all
Everyone
the good
there
people
does.
do.
Yeah.
They allow it. They encourage
Really?
it. Yeah.
Oh, I remember my granddad getting told off for taking pictures when we went to the Tame Modern.
What was he taking pictures of though?
Oh,
That's-
he was taking a picture of
Just
bench
random
and they were
people.
like, no,
No,
turn the camera around, take a picture of the art.
don't get anything but. Oh, you're not allowed to look at
Take
the
a
walls.
picture of that goddamn receipt right now.
Anyway, so should you talk about
Yeah.
rainbows?
In rainbows.
In rainbows. So, yeah, well, album starters, 15 step. Immediately,
tune.
just a fucking explosion of colour.
So good.
It's just like the album cover itself, which is an explosion of, I think it's
Colour.
wax paint. But yeah, it's an explosion of colour,
It was
basically.
weird. I always thought it was a fetus.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of, I can see it.
It's like it.
Hang on, we can
Look,
get a better
look,
look on
I
it.
can
like
see it.
that's
The yellow
head.
of it.
and then the splatter that like goes up
Yeah.
to the left looks
Oh.
like the umbilical cord.
Yeah, yeah. I see it.
See, it looks like a fetus.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I would just always thought it was a fetus. I didn't realise it was just a splatter of paint.
There is an album we're going to cover later that actually has a fetus on the cover. So we can compare it to that to see what kind of...
Joys.
Oh, baby pen.
Oh, I know the one it is,
I like that one.
Yeah, fair. Anyway,
15 step!
so 15 step. Just a fucking explosion of joy.
Fun,
So this album
exciting.
is
All of these things.
like
Good.
So the classic
I like it a lot.
the classic stereotypes rallied at Radiohead is depressing, alienated, all of the like,
Paranoid. Kill
paranoid,
yourself. End of the world.
fearful, like Hail to the Thief, all of these things.
Cut horizontally.
Cut horizontally,
All of
50
these things.
subscriber special,
Yeah.
all of these
all
things.
of these things.
all of the above. But this
Yeah.
one,
This is why it annoys me when people go like, "Well, the only way you can listen to Radiohead is like, it's just like crying in a corner and cutting yourself." It's like,
Well, that's true
Bitch,
to an extent.
listen to Body
No.
Snatchers,
But
bitch. Right now,
15
listen to
step
Body
and body snatchers. Yeah.
difference is the rest of Radiohead you'll be crying to start with, and then you'll listen to it and it'll comfort you. In Rainbows, you'll listen to it and it'll make you
and
cry.
it'll cry from pure
That's the
joy.
difference. It's just so
And then you go and
fucking
listen to No
good.
Surprises and hang yourself.
Indeed.
You'll realise that you will never amount to an album as good as this.
Yeah. So this album is fucking perfection.
10 tracks.
It
This
was-
is Radiohead reinventing themselves in a sort of modern way-ish,
Yeah.
as they always do on every album, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you know,
I hadn't listened to it this entire 3-week gap or 2
Oh,
week
yeah.
gap that we had because I spent time listening to Hail to the Thief because I hadn't listened to
Yeah,
Hail to the
yeah.
Thief much before, and I stuck it on today and I was like, why didn't I listen to this? It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
yeah, it is.
And it's
So joyous.
Tomo is on point.
Yeah, some of these tracks are so good.
Yeah, like
And
Body Snatch is amazing. Nude.
I love
wonderful.
how hazy a
Nude,
lot of
absolutely
these
one of my
tracks are.
favourite Radiohead songs
Nude
ever.
is just pure like.
That's where his falsetto,
beauty.
I think probably his best
Yeah.
Yeah.
falsetto
Oh,
performance
I love the
Yeah.
ever.
bit at the end where he gets angry. It's like
It's the
Angry
spitefulness.
Tomo.
Angry. Yeah.
it's just like
These tracks are
it
just.
just feels so like hateful
Insane.
and spiteful, but also like so beautiful and wonderful.
That's the thing. A lot of these tracks are just straight up beautiful. You can't deny that they're just straight up.
Nude and Reckoner are the two that
Nude,
Oh,
Reckoner,
strike
yeah.
us too.
Reckoner.
I know Reckoner's a lot of people's favourite from this
Yeah.
album.
I can see it.
If people aren't Radiohead fans listening to this is what this sounds like right now.
It does.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh yeah, right there.
you'd hope.
Oh Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. Flan right in the face.
Alright.
Yeah.
If people aren't Radiohead fans
in my
listening
mouth,
to
Mike.
this,
Yeah, I don't know what
then
they're
they've
doing.
got this far through it. Either they're
Well,
I mean,
either they
I
not
know.
bothered and not
I mean,
going to
I
listen
hope
to
they
it
have-
at all.
I hope- Okay.
we kind of gave some sort of an analysis of Hail to the Thief. Now it's just like, oh, that one's good.
There's
No,
Oh,
this
that
is the
one's
point I
real
was
good.
going to make. This is the point I was going to
Oh,
make.
that's good.
Well, this
Yeah.
is this album, right? I'd hope people would
Is
be like
there much to
critical thinking
criticise?
enough. Yeah, I'd hope people would have
Honestly,
enough critical thinking to realise we can rally criticisms against Hail to the Thief,
Because
and
it
we
has
would do the same
room
for
for
this.
them.
If it was,
We would.
If we could.
Yeah,
what's bad with it?
it's just
Like,
it's
all I
just
need's a bit
fucking
slow at the
beautiful.
start.
Whoa,
That's it. But it ends well.
Is it? No.
It's just
Don't
like,
bash all I need. Mike
No,
loves that
the
song.
end. The
I
end of
love
it,
All
the
I
end
Need.
of
You
it
see?
is
So
So
fantastic.
much. It's fucking
It's just a
beautiful.
little bit slow.
Well, the end is slow.
No, the end is.
The end is
great.
incredible.
The crescendo
is
at the end
incredible.
is why you
Yeah,
listen
yeah.
to the song.
Yeah. Fair.
I don't know. It like the lyrics in it seem like a little bit cheesy,
I like them.
But
There's
then
some.
so.
There's a lot of
but
There's a lot there to dig into actually in the lyrics.
But yeah,
They're a bit vague.
So I know there's a reference to I can't remember. There's one of the painting. There's a painting that's painted near me that's really famous.
yeah.
And I can just like walk from my house. It's like 10 or 5 minutes away, and it's some stream. And there's a bridge. I think it's called Ophelia or something. And it's like the lady in the stream with like a bunch of lilies, and she's like drowning or something.
Okay.
That's the picture. And some of the lyrics in All I Need reference that. I can't remember what they are exactly. And they are simple lyrics, but they're fucking.
Oh, is it? I'm in the middle of your picture lying in the reeds. Or
That's
something.
it. I'm in the middle of the picture, lying in the reeds.
Ah.
Yeah, that's that picture, and that's
Someone
just it's-
drowning.
yeah, and that's one of the pictures that's like painted literally just a few, just around the corner from me.
I do
And
like
it's really
the
famous.
line. I'm one of the days that you choose to ignore.
Yeah.
That's like
The lyrics are
sad
simple.
cringe.
Yeah, no. It's true,
Yeah,
but I
very-
really like them.
yeah.
I'm an animal trapped in
In
your
your
hot car. That's another good one. I don't know.
not
They
with-
resonate with me.
Not with
There's-
the meme sign on
they-
the
they
side
can be a
that
bit
says He has
stupid.
water and air conditioning, and it's playing his favourite song.
yeah, true.
But yeah. No, you know.
I don't know why they
I'm not
resonate
saying
with
it's bad. It's just like
It's not.
compared to the others. It's
not
probably my least favourite on the album. But I mean, that's not.
My
That's
least
not
favourite-
exactly saying much.
Well,
I feel like people could level a bit of criticism at Faust up just because
That's-
it's short.
yeah, sure, yeah.
But I don't think that
I-
really matters at all.
It's really beautiful. Can I just say the live versions of these tracks are astounding.
Live from the Basement.
Live from
I
the
wanna
Basement
say,
is astounding, and
fantastic.
also Scotch Mist. Those are the two
And
live versions
some
that
Scotch
blow
Mist,
me
yeah.
away. I've been genuinely like jaw dropped. There's some of Radiohead's best stuff. Is those two live versions, and it is insane. It's like it's godly. It's otherworldly.
You're gonna start crying when we see him live.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I won't cry. I'll just be hype as fuck.
Yeah.
I'll just like be dancing like
You-
Tum. I'll be
yeah.
so happy.
Tom will see you and
Yeah.
get you up on stage. He knows.
He does.
You can no one can dance like Tom.
I was gonna say I can't. I'd
Like,
embarrass
how?
myself.
Yeah. He just doesn't give a fuck.
I love
just
Tom's
fucking-
dancing so much.
Yeah. Like the only time I've ever seen someone dancing like him was at Courtney Barnett gig in
When they got
Cambridge.
tasered. Someone got tasered.
No, they didn't get
Oh.
tasered. It was this like old guy, looked about like 50, 60-year-old. Kind of, I think he was a lecturer. Looked like a lecturer.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like a physics lecturer. Had that kind of Einstein look about him.
Right.
But he was just like going. It's like he was like feeling the music. He
That's-
was like
that's
he was
the
like
dance.
conducting to it. He was like
Yeah, yeah,
waving
yeah.
his arms about, and I was just like, I kept looking across and being like at the time I was like, oh, he's stupid because I was a young idiot. But now I look back and I'm like, good lad.
Yeah.
He was feeling it.
He was feeling the music. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
blame him. It was good.
That's what you gotta do. That'd be me at the Radiohead.
Yeah,
Give
you
me,
just be like,
give me like a few meters around me, a good circumference, some space.
you'll spin like you've just been trapped down the middle of the track.
on Beyblade across the fucking platform.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not bring that one up.
Videos of people dying in train accidents.
Thanks, Nick Murphy. He showed me that one. Anyway, so yeah, these tracks just feel fucking timeless, and I mean, this is Radiohead's. This is the album full of love songs, sort of. Is the like way that a lot of people view it, which is right. But these are Radiohead love songs, so
It
they're
didn't sound like
they're bitingly like truthful or just sad, and you know.
yeah.
There's like a pinch of salt with everything, basically. And some of the moments on these tracks and the way they build up to them are just astounding, like we said. And this happens on Nude, Weird Fishes, All I
Oh
Need.
my god, yeah.
Weird Fishes, by the
Weird
way.
Fishes.
Controversial opinion. It honestly pains me to say this
Yeah.
because I know I'm neglecting so many other great songs, but
Yeah.
this is Radiohead's best song,
Weird Fishes.
Weird Fishes. And I kind of surprised myself to say that because I think this album overall is probably in terms of like the overall sound of it, it's probably their least offensive, their least grating.
Sort of, yeah.
But like everything on Weird Fishes is
Weird Fishes
measured
is
up to
so
absolute perfection.
Yeah, it is. I agree with
The
that.
structure of it, the crescendo towards the end,
Yeah.
Ed's,
I like-
Ed's
I love the
vocals,
drumming,
obviously.
like,
Like,
Best part.
The twinkly bits where he's like, we're
Yeah.
singing Weird Fishes. And you
I
got
love
The
that.
the
way it
no,
comes
it's
together with that.
Ed
So
Ed
good.
plays the arpeggi on the
Yeah.
guitar, and they're all just so delicately played and
Yeah, they are.
like so in time. It's just fucking brilliant.
That track is
Good tune.
an astounding one. And the
It's
problem with it, not the
incredible
problem, the thing with this album is you have, like
So many
Nude,
of them.
it blows you away, it's astounding.
Yes.
Weird Fishes, it does the same, and then All I Need, it does the same. And you get a little
Right,
bit of a
so,
break with
yeah.
Full Stop, which is
Not saying it's
Nice.
bad, Julian. Calm down.
Then Reckoner
and
does it
then
again.
Reckoner, that fucking
Oh.
blows your socks off.
Another fantastic, like really, really falsetto performance.
Yeah.
Actually,
Blows
there.
the Camembert sticker off you. Sorry.
Camembert boy, the Camembert kid.
Camembert Kiddo.
Yeah, Camembert
yeah.
kiddo. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
That's
Re-
the episode
Reckoner
title.
is
sort of.
just-
President sponsored
I
Camembert
think
kiddo.
I think there's like if we go back through our group chat like a lot, if we scroll up for like
days.
for like months,
Yeah.
there'll be just like a random message from me just when I was on the bus. I was just like, I just said like, fucking hell, Reckoner is good.
Yeah,
I
and
just,
that
like,
happens. Reckoner's one of the songs where you have
it just like
a Radiohead moment. This
it
maybe
just, like,
only happens
takes
to
you off guard
Radiohead
and you're just
fans. Yeah, it fucking
to-
knocks you
to-
for six.
to reference an old meme, you sponge gar.
Ooh.
SpongeBob. But yeah, like Reckoner is, I don't know, it's like another otherworldly song. Like how the fuck did they put it
I
together?
Reckoner is one of my favourites.
Camembert Kid at it again.
I have one
My
issue.
suffering.
I genuinely have one issue with Reckoner,
Okay.
and that's that
It's
it
too
just
good.
fades out. I'd rather it had a more
I don't
defined
care.
ending.
It's fine. Well, the reason it fades...
Don't
Don't
care.
care. I can sort of see it, but I mean, it has a defined start, like very.
Yeah, like most songs do.
Yeah, no, okay, but every song has a defined end as well. It's just that this one fades out to it. Anyway, just countering the point. The reason it fades out is because it fades out into House of Cards, which is a really hazy sort of follow-on, which is
Yeah,
a
House
little,
of Cards is one of the most interesting tracks. I'm still not fully
yeah.
like aware of the meaning of it. The title.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like lots
the music
of
video is really cool.
the music video's got very weird effects on it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Um,
like computer graphics.
completely computerized
Modelling.
his face.
Yeah,
And his mouth poking through, and you could just
a lot of it's sort
see it
of.
moving.
I mean, a lot of it's like flavors of stuff like suburban life and being at parties and stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's I mean, House of Cards is all about exactly like sweeping the House of Cards under your table or something and just forget about your House of Cards. Now you're mine. It is like forget about all this shit that you cling on to. Let's just fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
To put it bluntly,
I don't want to be your friend.
I
I
was
just want to be your lover.
Yeah, yeah.
absolute savage
But-
Tomo.
You wouldn't imagine this from Radiohead particularly. That's the thing. This is with this album. It's like just so human, like, and even if it's a bit aggressive. I mean, there are parts on Hell to the FIFA that were a little bit like this, with some lyrics that are like that. But this album just embraces just the most human things and like flaws and all. Like the songs just summarize it all. Can I just do a shout out to Jigsaw falling into place? For...
Well, we're going to anyway. Well, it's a fantastic song.
Yeah, I fucking
really
love Jigsaw.
like this song.
Okay, done.
It puts
Video.
me in such a good mood. Whenever I go to like back home, whenever I go to Weatherspoons, I tend to always play this song because it like really puts me in a good mood for going out
To
and
go to
seeing friends.
Spoons.
Yeah, well, like that's
Nice.
that's the environment the song is set in. Is a sort of hazy, drunken night with on a date with someone, for example.
Yeah, because it's like, just as the drinks arrive, just as I write your number
My
down.
favourite song. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the environment and the way that, like, I don't know, the sounds of this song just like bring that whole environment just so clearly like, I don't know, they just bring it so clearly along, and there's just like the pace of the drumming just makes it, you're like excited to do stuff. I don't know.
I also think that this song and also Weird Fishes, which is earlier on,
Yeah.
are some of my favourite examples of Radiohead's discography of where Colin's bass lines
Yes.
really add to the song.
And the thing is, Colin's bass lines are always really subtle, so
Yeah.
they're really easy to miss. But when they come in, they're just fucking astounding, and they blow you away. And I agree with that. Like, I mean, yeah. Well, no, but this is some of the things that you pick up on after listening a few times. And, I mean, thank God they brought Colin's bass line through in a beautiful way on Daydreaming on their latest one. Because that's the next example of a really astounding one that's actually quite easy to notice. But, yeah, I would agree.
But then by the end of the album,
So can I just say, Videotape, well, yeah. talking
Sad
about
Tomo.
Videotape. Yeah, this song is...
Crushing.
It's crushing, yeah, it is. But this is the sort of... This is the reason why this Love album from Radiohead just, like, transcends everything like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well, I'm talking like, yeah, doing that.
yeah, we
Talking
really
about.
are.
But... like, the themes of this are...
It flips the whole narrative on its head a little
Yeah,
bit.
it does. And it's sort of a tragic-ish end, but like a silver lining to it. Because it's all about memories, obviously. It's all on his videotape, is the words and stuff. And like, it doesn't matter how anything transpires. He's just in it for the memories. And like, it's just so crushing, but like, in a positive way. Like, this is the ones that are just... There's this whole thing to it. It's got like two sides and like... There's like a beautiful irony to it. It's just like, I don't know. That's what makes it crushing, basically. And
I mean,
it's the piano,
the chords,
the chords of it,
progression,
yeah,
the weird percussion at the end,
yeah,
which I'm still not sure how they did. It sounds like some magical Johnny Greenwood fuckery to me more than anything, but I don't know.
yeah. That'll be Johnny Greenwood for you.
That man just
Does some magical fuckery.
he does.
Yeah, and yeah, Videotape is one of my favourite album closers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd
it's
concur.
one of their best ones. It's jaw dropping.
Up there with motion picture soundtrack.
Yeah, it is. Not quite the same. I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know. You listen to a Radiohead album, you just have to listen the whole way through. You just have to get to the end. Yeah, but, I mean...
Keep going, Mike.
I could go for
Just
a long
gonna
time.
let Mike talk.
Yeah. I'm hoping
yeah.
you'll back up my sentiments so it doesn't sound like I'm just fapping by
No,
myself.
no, that's the thing. But when I say I completely agree and have nothing to counter your point,
Yeah.
that compounds the just
But-
circle
That's the
joking
thing.
even more.
That's the
You
thing,
just
innit?
have to listen to this fucking album, literally.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
like
in my top 10
one of
ever.
the best, yeah. And
Yeah.
Radiohead did it fucking again, basically.
Did.
We're the best straight rock album.
best,
Please no, no.
Yeah, let's not do that.
No.
But just like, oh, the
What
sounds
do
of
you
this album. I just love, I love a lot of the progressions of chords on this album, be it, you know, like piano chords, be it guitar chords, be it anything.
That's all the chords, yeah.
Well, but, you know, the progressions are good. And this ending is astounding. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Shout out to Funny Lyrics and Body Snatchers. There's something to that with talking with a hand up your ass. Whenever it's on, I always know every single lyric, but I can never recall it. I can never ever recall it like on the go without hearing the song.
Yeah, I'm sure as hell not playing it now.
Yeah, exactly, copyright. But I fucking wish I was playing it. But this album is just an explosion of joy and also just such sadness and fucking just beautiful whole way through. That
good.
sums it up.
It's good.
It's one of their best.
That's what was special
About
that.
Shout out to Tom being on. Was that Big Fat Quiz of the Year?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh,
big fat quiz.
Who is it? Who's like a
It's-
massive Radiohead fan? I
Is it
can't
Noel
remember.
Fielding?
Noel Fielding.
Yeah.
massive. He's just like, is that actually Tom York?
Yeah, he couldn't believe it.
That's not Tom York. Oh, Noel Fielding.
It's
Good
so
lad.
good. Yeah. I just love that
Yeah.
clip.
I was saying before Sam decided to sing fucking Foo Fighters. It's probably my favourite straight rock album.
Yeah.
If we discount Godspeed as a
Yeah.
bit weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's
As a rock album,
What about
In Rainbows.
Drones? That one's good. Very good. It's my favourite.
how dare you bring up Muse at a Radiohead discussion, Sam? Every single time.
What about Showbiz? every Radiohead fan's favourite Muse album.
It's my favourite.
Showbiz.
Showbiz. Anyway.
With that.
Quick mention to their second disc, and that's it. That's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that was
say.
it. Okay.
That's it.
Up on the Ladder's good. Bangers and Mash is pretty fun. Those are 2 good songs on their second disc.
It's a banger. And
You always got to mention the B-sides every
Little
so
bit,
often with
yeah.
Radioheads. With the Radioheads. But yeah, just like literally just listen to In Rainbows.
Hmm.
And Hail to the Thief has got some fucking good bits on it as well.
Good chord progressions on Hail to the Thief, actually.
Yep, and
Super
piano,
Sucres 5.
piano chord progressions
Great
as
chord
well.
progression on that one. Yeah, right. Okay.
Cool.
The aggressive one and the fucking beautiful one. Those are the 2 albums. Done.
Next week.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Can't remember. I'm
Madvillain. Is it Madvillain?
Madvillainy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but it's from the first one. I think.
Ooh.
Madvillain.
Ooh.
Oh, and my,
Sam mentioned
Go on,
it.
Sam.
my personal favourite from not personal favourite overall, but
Personal favourite ever
from,
that
from
there
the
ever will
last
be.
like couple months. Paper Mache Dream Balloon. Yeah, it's such a
Yes.
fun album.
Yep.
Yeah, we get to listen to it. Yeah, my week's gonna be great. Madvillain. Paper Mache Dream
Madvillainy.
Balloon.
Another one
Indeed.
of my favourites.
I like Paper Mache Dream Balloon. I haven't heard that Villainy properly yet. But I will.
You're in
And
for
I'm
a
sure I'm
fucking
going to
treat, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Madvillain. Oh,
So,
They had no.
Jackson
I'm not.
was-
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep
Yeah.
quiet. I'm not gonna say anything more about it.
Give it, yeah,
Just gotta wait.
give
See
it a
you
week,
then.
and we'll be checking into Madvillain Bone and Breakfast.
We'll be checking
Stir
it
down.
out. Suicide Hostel for having to try and revise.
265.
How do you do?
Let's leave it for then.
Yep. All right.
So yeah.
Bye.
That was another Radiohead
Fucking
episode.
over,
See you
yeah,
next
thank
episode. Bye.
Now we just clean all the jizz off everywhere. Actually, it's my
Camembert
stream.
kids,
Right, so
stop.
we just
I
leave it
can-
up there.
I can take the
Improve
Camembert
the
sticker
atmosphere.
off my hand.
Don't.
Did that rip like
No, it didn't.
Hair's out.
I think there's a little bit more hair up there than I expected. Anyway, if you made it this far, well done. Doubt it.
Type
unless
in the
you
comments.
like just skip to the end?
I like
like-
Camembert
Type in,
on my tip.
put in the comments. Sam is a real cool guy, and I made it all the way to the end.
Sam's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
He's a
I'm a
cool guy.
Camembert kiddo.
Camembert.
Can I go to sleep?
Yep.
Yep.
Bye.
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 Bye.